What's up, guys? It's Will back again, and today we're here to do some very important preview videos for Black Widow and Taskmaster from the new Black Widow film that's dropping in July. And you might ask, Will, how did you grow such long, luscious locks in such a short amount of time? Well, I cannot give you my secret, but what I can say is they're on for a reason today. I got this hair, I grew it for a reason, I grew it just for this video, because we're going to talk about a figure that really helps us understand the idea of sculpted hair versus rooted hair. And it's going to be a very interesting discussion. So with that, let's just, no delay here. Let's just jump right into this. Black Widow, we're going to start with her. We're going to do Taskmaster 2 in this video. So if you're a Taskmaster fan, don't fret. We're going to get to it. Black Widow to start. Guys, $250. Let's start with the price. I like it. I like it because it's a step backwards, yet also a step forwards for Hot Toys. $275 has been sort of the base, it seems like, for new figures with any sort of accessories whatsoever. So for me, I like this. This figure comes, with a decent amount of stuff, a normal amount of accessories for a figure. $250, I think that's great. I'm really happy about that. That said, let's just look at what she comes with to start before we start getting into this figure, because we'll see if you guys agree with me or not. I like the accessories. I like this sort of bent baton whip thing here that's articulated. That's really cool. They have a straight baton that's not articulated, just for more museum poses, or even a dynamic pose where you just don't want a bent baton. You got options. You got different baton heads. That's really cool. 3 different pistols, gun, different holding hands rather. A cool stand. You got a lot of leather parts here. Maybe they're sculpted, who knows? But you got parts here for the gun holster is what I'm trying to say. A split cut boot design, very cool. That said, for the figure itself, I'm not feeling it, guys. I'm sorry. I'm not feeling this figure. It's just not, it's not for me. Like, I don't feel like it's a particularly terrible figure by any means, but we're going to get into why. I just feel like it's not for me. It's not one that feel like I'm going to pick up, especially not without having seen the film first. Let's start by going over the first thing that I see here. This sculpt, it's good. I like it. It looks like ScarJo to me. Sculpted hair rather, I like it. I think it works overall. Here's the problem. To me, the head looks too big. I think it's overscaled. I think it's out of proportion. Her rest of her body looks very slim, very sleek, very slim and slender, right? That's the word I'm looking for. The head, it looks sort of bobbleheadish. Look at that. It looks a little big. She looks like she has a big head, and ScarJo does not have a big head. I think she has a very normal sized head for that matter. So for me, like, I just think that this body, or the body, needs to be scaled up a little bit possibly, which I don't necessarily think needs to happen. I think maybe the head needs to be scaled down slightly just to be more in proportion, more in alignment with that body. It's hard to say, but for me, it just looks a little bit too much. Another thing we're looking at, articulation in the head. This is a sculpted hair piece here, right? So you're not going to get much articulation because look how long the hair is, and it's going to be draping over all of the shoulders and the upper torso there. So movement is going to be very minimal with this figure. And I'm actually okay with that because I'm not particularly a dynamic poser to begin with. And I think the sculpted hair will look a little bit better on this figure because I just don't feel like I trust Hot Toys to nail a rooted hair sculpt for Black Widow. I mean, I've looked at the previous ones they've done, and I feel like they all just don't quite look right. They look a little bit off. So I think, and the endgame version probably is the best Black Widow we've gotten thus far. The reason for that, probably because it's sculpted. So for me, I like that it's sculpted, but the execution doesn't always work. Let's talk about the outfit. Look at this already. Just from them posing this figure, you have creasing. Could it rebound? Probably. I think it will probably, but that bothers me. We're already seeing this. They didn't even Photoshop this out, and I'm glad they're being honest about it. For me, that's problematic. I feel like that's, if you put this figure in dynamic poses for long periods of time, you might run into some issues. So I don't know. It's something to consider. I tend to be more museum pose anyway. I'd probably put her in something like this if I had her. But I just feel like, there's a lot of dynamic poses out there that get these figures to pose them. And I feel like let's just pray with our fingers crossed that this suit is going to rebound with that same material to maybe the recent Spideys. But still, you're always running the risk, even with the best material, that you're going to get creasing. So you just got to be careful with that when you're buying figures like these. And yeah, I think the outfit looks cool. An all white look It's kind of cool. It's definitely unique. I'm just not quite feeling it on the same level as I would in a normal Black Widow outfit. The Black Widow outfit I really want is the one that's going to be in this film with the black and the gold and the red. I think that's going to be perfect. That's going to be the ultimate Black Widow suit. And I cannot wait to see what they do with that one. They're going to do it. Just a matter of time. They don't want to completely show that yet until the movie comes out, I'm pretty sure. Or at least right before the movie's about to come out. But yeah, I like the holster here, the parts here with the different guns. Like, I like the white outfit. It looks very slim fitting. It's designed well. It looks good. There's a lot of detail there in the plastic shoulder pieces and the straps with the fabric there. I think this looks cool. I mean, it's a cool looking figure. I just feel like the execution is a little bit let down in small details, like the size of the head. Maybe that's a big detail to some. And just the creasing. I mean, these type of things, like I said, you're going to see with any of these figures. And that's fine. I mean, if you really love Black Widow, there's no way around this. Like, I'm not blaming Hot Toys for this necessarily because they're going for realism. Their thing is realism. That's what they want to go for. So for them to, to cut corners to make it more articulated and not be realistic and true to the design would be something people would be upset about, right? So you can't have both in a lot of cases. So sometimes you can have both, but they see, look at the elbow joints already. I mean, it's, so it would just bother me a little bit. But I think, is this a cool looking figure? Yeah. Red Guardian's in the background. That's cool. I think people will really like that one if it ever gets released. But yeah, $250 for me. I'm going to have to pass on this one, but I do feel like it's a solid figure that's unique. Could it be a figure that people are seeking later? It all depends on the film. It's impossible to say because this is a unique Black Widow look, but do people care enough for it to matter? And that's we're going to find out when the film comes out. Is this snow scene a cool, badass scene that people are going to want to recreate in their collection, even with the creasing, with the dynamic poses? So if so, this will be a sought after figure. If not, then it won't. Again, the sculpt looks great. I think this looks really good. I like the sculpted hair here. I like even the earrings and all that stuff. Very cool. I think it's well done. Even the eyes, they look lifelike. I think this looks like ScarJo for sure. But to me, I just feel like it's let down by its things. So I would wait to pre-order this figure. If that's just my recommendation. If you love Black Widow, go for it. But I would wait to see maybe what the final product looks like. See if they maybe resize the head a little bit, and see what they can do about some other things. Just the articulation and things like that, and see what happens. See if you like the film. Don't pre-order it before you have seen the film, in my opinion, because you have just my take on it. I feel like you have to see the film to really have a connection to this specific iteration of the character. If you love Black Widow, great. But even me, you guys know I love Loki and Kylo Ren. I wouldn't pre-order them without seeing the film first or the show. By the way, Loki is great, so we'll talk about that at some point. But Loki is fantastic. Okay, on to Taskmaster. Taskmaster, actually, let's start here. Taskmaster is $250 also. I love this. This figure I love much more. I think this looks very good. Both of them have an April to June 2022 release date. Again, always expect delays in my opinion, especially with Hot Toys nowadays. They're pumping out so many pre-orders. Like, there's almost no way they can hit their target release dates for so many of these figures. It's just not practical. So this is probably going to be a year and a half. I think you're probably looking towards the end of next year instead of the middle of next year. I would say probably like another 6 months after, maybe looking like September to December, probably of 22 rather. I think you're looking at about a year and a half. I think that's pretty typical for Hot Toys. I love that this is priced at $250. Again, I feel like this is a step in the right direction for Hot Toys, back to where we were, for a character that I think is cool to have. I think this is really cool that Hot Toys are releasing a pre-order for a villain before the film even drops. A villain that no one knows anything about. So Marvel must have some confidence in this character, and Hot Toys must have some confidence in this character to drop a pre-order that early for him. He looks cool. I love the mask. I love all the detail with the armor here. He comes with a sword, a shield, some claw hands, some other, fisted hands and holding hands for the bow and things like that. The different armor pieces, the split cut boot design it looks like here. I mean, again, the armor's great. The cotton type fabric looks cool. I think this is a very cool looking figure. I got to give it up to Marvel, honestly, for the design here, because I think they designed this character to look badass. I actually have the Black Series figure for this character. And again, that's much less of an investment, but I love this. And I knew this was going to be coming at some point because Hot Toys has been teasing it. So With that said, $250, I like it. I like the base. It's simplistic, but it looks cool. As long as I like this character, I'm probably going to get this. I really love the look of this figure. But again, I don't like pre-ordering before I've seen the film. So I'm probably not going to pre-order this until I see Black Widow in theaters in July, because I want to like Taskmaster before I buy a Hot Toys figure of him. A Black Series, I'm more than willing to take the risk. It's $25. This is $250 plus shipping plus tax. A little more of an investment there, 10 times, if you will. So I like this. You know what I really like? I noticed this earlier. This shield looks magnetic to me. I can't really see any straps in here. I love that this is magnetic and it sticks to his forearm there. And then what you can also do, you can put the bow in his hand with the shield. I really like that. I think that's really cool. And the sword, you can put this guy in dynamic poses and I think you're going to be fine. That's what I really like about it. I think this is posable. It's dynamic. It's cool looking. It's going to pop on your shelf. I love the outfit. I love the accessories. I think everything about this figure is a hit for me. I really like this. You guys know I tend to flock to villains anyway. I'm really interested to see the identity for Taskmaster in the film, because the character is only, the figure is actually only under 12 inches tall. It's 11.8 inches. That's fairly small for a character. So I think this actor is going to be about under 6 feet. So could it be a woman? Very possibly. We're going to find out come July. So I think this looks really cool. Again, this is a cool looking figure. Like, even without the hood, I think the hood is like, I feel like the hood is important. I feel like, can you take the hood off? Sure, it still looks cool, but I really like it with the hood up. I think that just makes the figure look so much more badass. Guys, this one's a buy, 100%. But like I said, don't do it before the film comes out. Wait till the film comes out. See what you think about Taskmaster before you pre-order. I think the amount of accessories, the price is right, the cool looking dynamism of the figure, the stand itself, it just, yeah. I really like this. So for me, I think this definitely should be on your radar if you're a Marvel fan and you're going to see Black Widow. And if you like Black Widow, I would say pick up Taskmaster. I think he's going to have presence on your shelf. So with that said, let me know what you guys think in the comments below. Let me know what you think of my long, luscious locks. Let me know if you think I'm off base with these two figures. I like I said, I think the Black Widow is a little disappointing. I'm hoping for better with the other suit that they're going to release with the black and gold. I'm really excited for that one. Taskmaster, I think, is a hit. I think Hot Toys nailed it. I think I'm very happy with that one. I love how the scarf looks even. I didn't even touch on that. Displaying him with the bow and arrow would be so cool. I think this would be such a cool look. Even with the shield and the sword too. Oh my God. I think this figure is dynamite. I really like this. With that said though, make sure to drop a comment below and let me know what you guys think. And, if not, then we'll talk later at some point. My Instagram is Will_Foxification. Find me on there. I post a lot of cool things there. But yeah, we'll chat in the meantime. So this is WillFoxification signing off. I will see you guys in the next video.